Most people don't keep grocery receipts past the end of the week. Helen Marsh had kept every one of hers since 1971. They were in the lower cabinet beside the refrigerator. The deep, awkward one that Claire had always assumed held nothing but miscellaneous lids and forgotten appliances. 11 binders in a row, each one labeled on the spine in her mother's handwriting, 1971, 1979, 1980, 1989, and so on, right up to the year Helen died. Claire set them on the kitchen table on a Tuesday afternoon, 3 days after the funeral, intending to recycle them. She had no reason to open one. Grocery receipts were grocery receipts. Her mother had been particular about paperwork, about keeping things, about having a record that had never surprised anyone. She opened the first binder anyway. Out of something that wasn't quite curiosity and wasn't quite grief, but lived somewhere between the two. The receipts were organized by month. Each one slipped into a plastic sleeve, oldest to newest. The paper from the early years had gone soft and yellow at the edges. Milk, bread, canned tomatoes, coffee, the ordinary arithmetic of feeding a family. Claire almost closed it again. Then she saw the pencil marks, small, careful annotations, written in the margins beside specific line items. Not all of them. Most receipts had nothing, but scattered through the pages, a word here, a circled price there, a date added in a different ink as though written later, after the fact. She leaned closer. Beside a bag of flour purchased in March of 1974, her mother had written, "Last time I baked before we knew." Claire stared at it. She turned to April of the same year. A receipt from the grocery, smaller than usual, just a few items. In the margin, in the same careful hand, came home from the hospital today, bought soup, didn't feel like anything else. She understood then that she was not looking at receipts. She turned pages slowly. Most months were unmarked, the plain record of a household running. But the annotations appeared at intervals, tied to items that had meant something, or to dates that had. A birthday cake mix circled every year for 30 years with a single word beside it each time. Thomas, her brother, who had died at 7, 2 years before Claire was born, and whom Helen had never discussed in terms that invited questions. A receipt from November of 1987, a Tuesday, had a note beside the turkey entry. Frank came home from the hospital today. We ate at the table. That was the year Claire's father had his first surgery. She had been 9. She remembered the hospital smell on his coat, the careful way he sat down, the particular quiet of that Thanksgiving. She had not known that her mother had written it down, a receipt from Claire's own wedding week, a Friday, June 2001, had one line beside the champagne. She looked so happy. I didn't say it enough. Claire sat at the kitchen table for a long time without moving. Her mother had not been an expressive woman. She had been steady, practical, present in the way that practical people are present. Always there, rarely narrating why. Claire had grown up understanding that love in their house was demonstrated rather than declared, and she had made her peace with that the way you make your peace with the shape of the family you were given. What she hadn't known was that her mother had been narrating all along, just not in a place anyone thought to look. She took the binders home, all 11 of them. She has read through 3 so far slowly, the way you read something you know you can't unread. She finds a new annotation every few pages, small, careful, and completely private. Her mother had a whole interior life. She just kept it in the margins,